Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World video, where today we'll be ranking the final battles across the franchise. After the release of Jurassic World Dominion, we can finally start to rank the franchise amongst each other, and today we're doing just that with the final battles. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy it any given moment, and don't forget to also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. This way you can stay up to date on all of the news coming from this franchise. But without any further ado, let's get into all of the final battles ranked from the Jurassic franchise. The Jurassic franchise has always had its main focus on genetic power and our characters. However, that hasn't stopped Universal forking out millions to create amazing looking CGI battles of dinosaurs. Jurassic has had a total of 6 movies, 1 series, 2 short films, and multiple VR experiences and motion comics. But dinosaurs have always been the B story many times within this franchise. But that doesn't mean we won't be treated to spectacular battles every now and then. Jurassic Park to Jurassic World Dominion, there have been many battles. So right now, I'm ranking my favourite final battles from this franchise. Now, not every movie, season, nor short film has had a so-called final battle. So that's why you won't see movies like Jurassic Park 3 or The Lost World on this list. Furthermore, the short films have all had a battle take place in them towards the latter half. So, ironically, we will be including those as technically final battles. From what I have counted and remembered, we have a total of 8 battles to rank. So, coming in at number 8, this would have to be the short film Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock. Battle at Big Rock was a 2019 special that took place at Big Rock National Park. It was a little teaser of what to expect from this new world of Jurassic with dinosaurs now living on the mainland. It followed a new family who are out camping in the woods one night, not before another family of Nasutoceratopses come to play and alert the attention of a fully grown Allosaurus. Now, this battle didn't really last all that long, and didn't have too many intense sequences. The baby Nasutoceratops almost dying at the jaws of the Allosaurus, however, was probably the most intense part. The lighting of this battle was also a little off, which means that yes, it was realistic, but for the viewer it was slightly on the harder side to see everything that was going on. Not a complaint at all, I completely see why this was done, but the ending was really natural and I liked it, with the male Nasuto coming out of nowhere to protect his family. But overall, this battle was short and predictable, and doesn't really stand out as much to the other battles that took place in this franchise. In 7th spot, we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. What more can I say? Well, Fallen Kingdoms wasn't exactly much of a so-called final battle. It only really consisted of Blue jumping onto the Indoraptor and killing it that way after falling through the glass and being killed by the Ajujuceratops skeleton within the mansion. Now, this wasn't much of a final battle at all. But earlier on in the movie, we see that Blue and the Indoraptor battled in Maisie's bedroom. So technically that also could have added to the final battle. But for me, only if that battle was directly connected to the final moments, then the final battle would have been a little bit better in my opinion. But for what we got, Fallen Kingdom's final battle wasn't spectacular whatsoever, and that is why it's down in 7th place for me. Now we move on to the 6th spot, which is our first Camp Cretaceous inclusion. Camp Cretaceous had a total of 5 seasons. However, only 2 of those 5 seasons technically had a final battle that involved just creatures battling out to the death. In 6th spot, we have the Season 5 final battle, which is the rematch we have been waiting for since 2001. This rematch involved the Spinosaurus and also 2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes from Isla Sorna. Big E.T., one of the Tyrannosauruses, was left incapacitated earlier on in the season from the Spinosaurus. So in the very final episode, we witnessed little E.T. being bullied around by the exact same Spinosaurus. Not before Big E.T. realised the commotion occurring, dealt with her injuries, and ran to save her offspring. She ended up beating the Spinosaurus to the ground, where the Spino then retreated back into the wilderness of Manticore Island, never to be seen again. Now, this battle was similar to Fallen Kingdoms, where not much happened in the final stages, but if it were to be connected to the events that occurred earlier in the season, it might have made for a better final battle. And that's why this final battle from Camp Cretaceous Season 5 takes place in 6th spot. Now, to start off our top 5, we're going to say a movie that's very rarely low on a Jurassic list: Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is without a doubt the best entry to this franchise, and is something that cannot be replicated. No matter how many people complain that the recent movies have strung too far from the original, you simply cannot match it. However, one area I do think that Jurassic Park lacked was the dinosaur on dinosaur fighting. We barely got to see any of that throughout the movie, besides the ending. The ending of Jurassic Park showcases a battle between two velociraptors, nicknamed Randy and Kim by the fans, that squared off to the queen of Isla Nublar, Rexy the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This battle was a battle to the death after Rexy saved our heroes by grabbing Randy the Velociraptor out of midair the moment she began to pounce onto the cast, and eventually killed Kim the Velociraptor as well after biting down on her and throwing her across the room. And after all of this, she then let out a mighty roar. So, Jurassic Park's final battle wasn't anything at all spectacular, and instead just allowed for our cast members to escape safely and set up multiple sequels in the future. The fight was very short, lasting around 10 seconds or so, and it wasn't even much of a fight. Not to mention that it's still unclear how Rexy got into the visitor centre. However, many theories have hit the web with many different ideas. Overall, the battle of these creatures wasn't exactly amazing compared to the rest that we've seen in the franchise, so I think it deservedly should settle down in 5th place spot. It did have some awesome moments, especially the end, but I did also feel very lackluster. Taking up the 4th spot of the final battles from the Jurassic series, we have a battle that took place 65 million years ago. A battle between two incredibly fierce beasts of the Giganotosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus. Yes, that's right, I'm discussing the prologue final battle. Now, some of you may say, but Swerve, the prologue final battle wasn't even a final battle. To that, I'd reply with, technically you're right. However, if we were to look at the prologue as a standalone short film, and instead focus on the Cretaceous side of this is indeed a final battle. The Cretaceous prologue allowed for two massive CGI beasts to come together in a battle for territory during the Cretaceous era. This was also a little nice setup to Jurassic World Dominion, as well as giving us a backstory as to Rexy's direct ancestor all of those million years ago. It was incredibly thrilling to watch, and honestly might be the start of our exciting final battles on this list. The Giganotosaurus and Rex came together in a duel, and they fought to the death with the Rex losing. However, this battle was so well choreographed and put together that it felt so exhilarating yet natural at the same time. Both of these creatures headbutt each other where the sound comes across so heavy that it's perfect to showcase how heavy these guys really were. Ultimately, it was a quick battle to the death, which is why it keeps its place down in 4th. However, it showcases a lot of the creature's best fighting attributes, and honestly, the way that the Rex died, wow. Very cliche, but very well put together for my liking. I really enjoyed it overall. Now we move into our top 3. In 3rd place, we have the newest movie's final battle of Jurassic World Dominion. Dominion ultimately didn't have the greatest final battle when you look at it, and I know many people will agree with that. But once I found out the deeper meaning behind this fight, I started to look at it in a different aspect, and I found myself enjoying it a lot more. Jurassic World Dominion's final fight included the Therizinosaurus, Giganotosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. All 3 species were actually part of the DNA makeup for the Indominus Rex. However, what you might not have noticed here is that the fight scene showcased sequences from all of the Jurassic World movies. The multiple dinosaurs fighting came from Jurassic World. The so-called big bad dinosaur being impaled at the end is very similar to Fallen Kingdom's plot. And also, the Therizinosaurus being a feathered dinosaur taking place in that fight is representing Jurassic World Dominion. So when I look at the meaning behind this fight in itself, it becomes much better than what I originally thought. And also, Therizinosaurus, Giga and Rex all together, they're awesome dinosaurs to witness in just one scene. So there's that. Now, it's a somewhat tough tie between first place and second place. Ultimately, I've gone for the Camp Cretaceous Season 3's final battle with Blue and the two Scorpius Rexes. This final battle placement in this list may shock some of you, as for some, it seems quite bland and basic. But to me, for an animated show, it was directed beautifully and put together very well. The Scorpius Rex was an absolutely fierce creature that wanted to kill anything and anyone in its line of sight, including its own carbon copy. The final battle took place in one of the last episodes of Camp Cretaceous Season 3. This showed both of the hybrid dinosaurs battling amongst one another to the death, with Blue the Velociraptor also amongst them. This fight showed off Blue's intelligence to get out alive and also to not divert herself to try and kill the campers, but instead decide to fight off the bigger threat at hand. It also showed the willingness of the Scorpius Rex to kill each other and anything around it, but most importantly, it was one of our final closures to the original Jurassic Park movie series, as we see the Jurassic Park Visitor Centre collapse and be destroyed for good. Overall, the connectivity and illustration given throughout this fight was immense and heartwarming at the same time, something you don't really expect from a final battle. But I am sure you all saw this coming. Jurassic World's final battle is my favourite of the franchise. Do I need to explain any more? Yes, I do for longer content. Well, the final battle involved different stages. The first with the Raptor squad, the second with Rexy, and the third with Blue before the Mosasaurus jumps out of its lagoon to kill the Indominus. Overall, all three of these sequences flowed so nicely into one another, and it was also filled with very even moments in the battle and many plot twists. Just like the Cretaceous Prologue's final battle, there were many hard-hitting motions that took place during this battle, but at the end of the day, how incredible was it seeing the Mosasaurus jumping out of the water to kill the Indominus Rex and set up the next movie? To me, it was absolutely wonderful to witness. And there you have it, all of the final battles ranked amongst one another in this franchise. Please do feel free to share your thoughts of these down in the comments and what your personal ranking would be. I'm sure I'm probably forgetting a battle or two, so do forgive me for that. But in the meantime, don't forget to like the video if you happen to enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.